Hey, just making sure a few of you are watching, but hey, welcome back to the show. Of course, I am the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic. You either love me or hate me, but I am the Mad Montrealman, and of course, you're watching On the Peg. And it's Friday, and another show. Somehow, we've managed to get another show done for you, even though with everything going on, the GoFundMe not really doing anything. No sponsorship from Stéphane Thériault, the owner of EB Games Canada. I can dream, can't I? But we still got a show for you. And I know last week I wasn't sure if I was going to do Our Man from the JSA with Dark Flash, or I was going to do Tempest with Connor Hawk. I wasn't sure. Well, I was even thinking about doing the digitals. I wasn't sure. However, I decided to stop at EB Games. EB Games is having a sale. A really good sale. If I was rich, I probably would have cleaned them out. I stopped by, my buddy Casey, shout out, told me he would have, if I would have come a couple days earlier, I probably would have been completely broke because they had multiverse vehicles for 60% off. He goes to me, yeah, but you have all of them? And I went, well, no, I don't. I'm still missing the Batman Beyond vehicle, but whatever. But I did pick up some stuff. Some of it's doubles. I mean, some of it's stuff I already have. But I'm like, for the prices, well, who needs food when you can get a really good action figure for like $10? So I did buy a whole bunch of doubles. But I picked up some new stuff too. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's right. Now, there's only two things today, but they will take time to do them because one of them I never heard of before. And what I saw it, I was like, what the heck is that? Even the guys there were like, yeah, I never saw it either, but it's the Joker from the Deadly Duo, limited edition, authenticated. Now, I did do some research. Apparently, this was on the McFarlane store maybe 10, 11 months ago for Joker Day. I never saw it. I didn't know about it, but I got him. Another thing I picked up, which is kind of funny, because I said I wasn't going to buy this thing when I first saw it, based on the price, and also based on other people's reviews of it. But I figured, you know what? I want to know what I think of it. And I think you do, too, because you watch the show. It's the Detective 587 cover Batman. Yeah. So what do you say I get my friend and your friend, the one, the only, the really sharp and pointy Dr. Scalpel out, and let's start with this guy here. But yeah, no, it's a really good news that Stéphane Thériault bought EB Games. If you don't know who he is, he's the owner of Import Dragon. He's also co-owner of McFarlane Toys. And you wonder why I want to get sponsored by him. The guy would set me up. It'd be great. Because he also does other toys too. It'd be fantastic for the show. But that aside, let's finish taking him out. And yes, once again, Mint and Package people, la 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 la, it's out. So I'm going to finish taking him out of the package, and we'll be back after this guy's close-up. Not much on the back of the card. The Batman visits the dark side of the American dream to find out who is terrorizing the homeless of Gotham City. Well, the card's not bad looking. I will say he does come with accessories. Of course, he's got the Scarface head on a stick. He's got the gas mask. If you read the comic book, you know he needs the gas mask. He's got two, kind of like, I am gonna grab you hands. Yes. And of course, two punchy hands and one batarang. Of course, he has that base. Now, I will tell you, it took quite a few tries to get him to stand on the base. Now, you saw in the close-up, it does look really cool. It's like, he's a good-looking Batman. The cape is sculpted, so it's nice and heavy. But that's the problem. It's so heavy, it drags him down. Now, I will put a close-up at the end of Batman wearing the fabric cape. But, yeah, because I have to heat up the head and pop it off, I know. But, yeah, when I first unpacked, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's got a nice little wing design. Then I saw it has one thing poking up. Why didn't they make it so there's symmetry? I probably will leave him with the molded cape up because it's a pose. I will find a spot for him on the shelf somewhere, but I will do a close-up of this at the end. But let's talk about the figure. Okay, cape is very heavy. It does that a lot. It wants to make him fall. So talk about the base. I like the base. It's kind of cool. It's nice and detailed, Cool base. The figure himself. Well, I find there's a problem with the knees. I've warmed them up, and the knees still don't want to be a double bent knee. They're kind of very stiff. It might just be the one I got, but the lower part bends no problem. The upper part is stiff, even after being warmed up. I do like the color scheme, though. It is basically makes me think of the comic book. The bright yellow, the Batman symbol, the blues, the grays. The color scheme is good. I like the color scheme. This, however, is the problem. This is more of a statue than an action figure. I mean, you wouldn't give this to a kid to play with because, let's be honest, it's not going to stay. I mean, you could glue that on permanently, but then what's the point, right? Our movement, of course, is very limited because of the cape. I mean, you really can't do a dynamic pose with this guy. It's pretty much, you're going to duplicate the standing in the rain pose with Batman. Now, with the wired cape, you have the same problem because it's got the same kind of shoulders. Now, am I happy I picked it up? Yeah, for what I paid for it. I wouldn't have paid full price for this thing. I didn't when it first came out. But I'm happy I have them now. So really thanks to EB Games for putting them on sale. It was a really good sale too, by the way. Some EB Game stores, I heard that one store here in the west part of Ottawa had one collector come in and buy 45 figures. I wish I had that kind of money. I really do. I wish I had that kind of money. But I picked this guy up here. Like I said, I will most likely leave the molded cape on just because of the fact that even though I really like wired capes, I don't like why they did that. I mean, I probably could just do this. Fold it down so it doesn't look too weird, but then you have this thing showing. So, no, this will probably go back in the box after I do the close-up at the end of the show. But there he is. But let's look at the body. I've just decapitated Batman. It's a good body buck. We've seen it before. Nothing new with the body buck. Without the head and cape, oh yeah, that's a really good posable Batman. I like that. It's a shame they couldn't make this in such a way where you could have the cape would just snap on and you still have the head attached. That would have been really nice because then you could have basically had a Batman without a cape. Or you've had a Batman where you can, just clip on the cape around the neck. or clip on, you know, the fabric one. But they went with this method. I mean, it's more of a statue. I'll treat it as that. And because of the size of it and the fact that it's a bit hard to balance, even on a 2-peg base, by the way, McFarlane Toys, 2-peg base, good move. He's not going to be front of the shelf. He's going to be probably at the back of the shelf, just because of the fact I need something to help support the cape. I mean, it does, oddly enough, without the base, kind of stand as like a tripod. But on the base, no. But that's it for the Batman 587. Good effort, good effort. I'm happy I picked up, you know, for the price I did. Yeah, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, on to the one that I never knew about. Actually, even the guys at the EB Games were like, we never saw this before. So somehow, with the sale they have going on, this got flushed to the stores, so I picked it up. Now, it doesn't say how many are limited. Even when I checked online to get some information about it, because oddly enough, I don't remember the Deadly Duo story. I stopped reading comic books back in 2017 when I moved from Vancouver to Ottawa, so I might have read it. I can't remember it. Even though I must admit, I am sort of piqued my interest with the Absolute universe right now. There's some interesting stuff there. I'm also, by the way, I'm mad that apparently they've killed off the Legion of Superheroes. DC, what are you doing? But once again, let's do this and just get Mr. Pointy, Dr. Scalpel out. You got your credit, and let's really drive those Minton Package people crazy, because if this was a McFarlane Toy exclusive on Joker Day, let's take him out of the package. Love that sound. Now, I must admit, I like the purple on the box. Ooh, ripping sounds. So gold label, of course. More paper to deal with. And let's do the big reveal. So there's a card. There's some feet. All right, there he is. So I'm going to finish. That's a pretty good head. Taking him out of the package, and we'll be back after his close-up. Well, you saw in the close-up, it does come with the base, and I'll get to the base in a minute. The card, same artwork on the back. There's no number on this card, but it is an authenticated card. He does come with, of course, bat parrot Joker eyes thingy. I really don't remember this character at all. I remember the laughing fish, and of course a really cool gray toned face, which I will do a close-up of him at the end of the credits. So let's talk about the base. You come with this really cool base. You got either Arkham Asylum or the actual artwork, and even though it only has one peg, McFarlane Toys, that is how you do a cool base. I mean, you don't have to write Joker, it just says ha, and it's, you know, it makes sense to me. It's the Joker. I love that. Really good base. I'm happy with it. As for the figure itself, well, we've all seen this before. It's the same body they've used for pretty much every other Joker they've done, or even any suited character they've done. It's the same basic suit. I mean, you can also tell it's got that little bit of space up here, which drives me crazy because it's an ill-fitting suit. Doesn't, the shoulder gaps kind of drive me crazy a bit. But that's besides the point. What's unique about this guy is that head. That is a really creepy looking head. And seeing this in person, I don't think I've ever read the Deadly Duo comic book, but no, it's kind of cool. It's disturbing in a way, but it's kind of cool. I mean, the thing is, too, I like the fact that it's a spare head. So if you just want a Joker, you have the Joker with the gray skin. And I can actually see this head being used for something else. And I think I know what... Ooh, I have an idea. But I might not do that. It depends. But yeah, that is... I'm happy I picked this thing up. I mean, it does have a few issues. I mean, the purple's not consistent, but then again, if this was made, say, for 10 months ago, well, things do age. But yeah, that is definitely an interesting figure. Articulation's limited. I mean, the stiffs are joints. Yeah, the stiffs are joint. Yes, the stiffs are joint. The joints are stiff. Man, that's really... Okay, I don't want to even try to break it. I haven't warmed him up because I just want to take him out of the package. But yeah, it's really... Ooh, I'm worried about bending that knee. Bit worried about the knees. The arms are working no problem. They're a little bit stiff, but the knees are... Yeah. Legs, once again, not much movement because of the rubber jacket. It's a shame they don't make this so you can take this thing off. I mean, like the Captain Cold jacket, for example, in the Collector Series, you could take it off. But, no, there he is. There he is. Not bad, not bad. So that's it for the show. Watch the credits. You'll see the close-up of Batman with that weird wired cape. You'll see him with this head at the end. And, yeah, as always, don't know what I'm doing next week. Not sure which figures I'll review next week. Really don't know. We'll have to wait and see what I review next week. If you have something you want me to review, well, comment. Doesn't hurt you. I read them. And of course, when you get a really good sale, it's nice to have that. So thank you, EB Games, for this really wonderful sale, even though you made me spend my money. But as always, you have to do your best for your body, your mind, and your emotional well-being. Do your best, of course, to stay healthy. And when you get a really good deal on action figures that you probably weren't going to buy before, but they were such a good price, you bought them, well, that's a good reason to stay happy. And, of course, when you get a base that you actually kind of like, and there's a lot of potential, and you still manage to get your show done, well, that's a good reason to stay positive. And on that wonderful note, I wish you guys all a great weekend. I will see you guys next week for another On the Peg. And as I said previously, if you want to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do it. One way, of course, is hit like, subscribe. You can always share the videos, especially with the new owner of EB Games Canada, or with Todd McFarlane. It'd be nice. Hey, Todd, get you and your partner could both sponsor the show. It'd be cool. And if you want to be shouted out as a sponsor, well, go to the GoFundMe. I'll put the link in the description, the GoFundMe, to save the On the Peg show, because as you can tell, action figures have gone up in price. That's why I was able to pick these guys up, because they're being sold at a really good sale at EB Games, so I managed to get them. But new stuff is more expensive, and it's no secret, I don't have the greatest paying job in the world. This doesn't pay, but if you want to support me, that'd be nice. The GoFundMe is there for that. Or if you are the owner of McFarlane Toys or Import Dragon or any other toy company, you can always just send me stuff and I'll review it. That's a hint. But no, as always, guys, take care of yourselves. I will do my best to bring you a show next week as well. And that's it. Watch the credits, see the other close-ups, and we'll see you next week once again. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Oh, you are watching. Hey, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyaholic. Of course, I am the Mad Montreal Man, and this is the show, and that suck. And, another show, another Friday. Here we go again. It's Friday, and, I know last week I wasn't sure what I was going to review. I thought maybe, Hour Man, and, Dark Flash, maybe Connor Hawk, the Green Arrow, and Tempest. But instead, I went to EB Games just to say hi to my buddies on Friday after work and everything else. And why do I sound like Donald Trump? Let's make toy reviews great again. No, that sucked too. To review this week, I thought, was that an earthquake? No, that's just a dog bumping the table. Sorry about that. Let's take all that over again, because that sucked. Well, just make it.